What is up, guys? Marcellus Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, here to educate you on health, fitness, and social well-being. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about proper form and why it's important and if it's actually necessary in order to build muscle mass. Now, this is one of those videos where I honestly hope a lot of you watching this are thinking, man, is he really doing a video over this? Or by the time the video is over, I hope your mindset is, man, that video is really well done. But man, like, I kind of already knew that. I hope this is one of those things that most of you already know and have an understanding of. With that being said, I like to cover all my bases. I've been asked this question before. And when I get asked a question like this, it doesn't take, you don't have to, just more than once. If I get asked something like this more than once, I'm like, yeah, I need to make a video addressing this because it's insane to me that it's even asked. And so basically, guys, the question pretty much is like, is proper form necessary? Is it necessary for building muscle mass? And the reason this question bothers me so much, guys, is not so much the fact that it's a bad question in the sense of, oh yeah, like if you were to not ever use proper form, could you still grow muscle mass? It's more so, it annoys me that people would actually be willing to stop using proper form on movements for the sake of like just making their workouts easier. Maybe they think it's gonna give them more muscle mass, but despite the fact of hopefully understanding that if you sacrifice your form though, you're basically sacrificing your body. Is that worth it? So that's the thing, guys. So quick answer. No, you don't have to use proper form in order to build up muscle mass. You absolutely do not. You can curl like this all day long. You can deadlift with a rounded back. You can bench press flat back without a retracted scapula. There's so many different things that you can do where, yes, if you do enough of it, if you were providing enough total workload and progressively overloading, then yes, you will build muscle mass regardless if your form is proper or not. But the problem is, the fact that people even have to ask that lets me know that they don't understand what proper form is for in the first place. See, a lot of people have the mindset of, number one, though, if you don't use proper form, your muscle won't grow as efficiently, which in some cases is true. Your muscle will still grow, but probably not as well. Why? Well, your bicep's gonna get more total growth and development from coming through a 4-range of motion all the way down and all the way up than if you're just doing this, right? Because you're only working like a specific joint angle. So yeah, you're getting some growth, but not as much as you come all the way down and all the way up. So, and there's no debating that in a lot of cases, yes, proper form is more efficient for maximizing growth in the muscle. And in the same way that proper form can be great for maximizing your strength. For example, most people can bench more efficiently and bench more with the retracted scapula once they get used to it than flat back. Why? Well, it's just a lot less pain on the shoulders. You're in a better position where your back and lats are more engaged, so it gives you a better base, like you're throwing the bar to yourself, which gives you a better base for pressing off of. However, that's not the point, guys. The point of proper form is to, yes, lift the most amount of weight you can as efficiently as possible to stimulate those muscles, but doing so while protecting yourself. The point of proper form, guys, is health. At the end of the day, the whole point of proper form is this is the safest way for you to perform this lift. Because think about it. How many myths are out there where it's like, oh, if you deadlift, you're gonna just, like, it's horrible for your back. Squats are horrible for your knees. Bench, you're gonna destroy your shoulders. All of these are not true by default. If you do anything within proper form, you're gonna get hurt. But the reality is, guys, you have a greater chance of getting hurt, getting in your car, driving to the store, playing your favorite sport, or just walking around outside than you do of lifting weights. Statistically speaking, I'm not just saying this is statistically true fact, if you're doing so with proper form. That's the thing. Bench press is great for your shoulder health, and just like push-ups are if you're doing it with proper form. Squats are great for your knees. Physical therapists use squats to help rehabilitate people's knees when you go through a proper form of full range of motion. When you're quarter squatting all the time with a bunch of heavy weight, yeah, that's gonna destroy your knees. If you're deadlifting with a rounded back, yeah, that's not good for your lower back. But if you're using proper form, then those are great moves for your overall health. Remember, guys, in the previous video, I talked about the 7 essential human movements. What did those include? Pushing, pulling, walking, rotating, squatting, lunging, hinging. These are all movements you do with your weight training. So when you do them with proper form, it's great for your overall health. When you go through a full range of motion on a bench press, it's great for your overall health. Why? It's good when you go through full range of motion, you lock your arms out. Why? Because it lets your joints do work as well. It lets your joints get stronger and healthy. Whereas if you're just doing this bunch of half reps, then yeah, you can still build up your chest that way. You're using your constant tension, all that good stuff, and you guys already know how I feel about all that. But anyway, the point is, but you're shortchanging your joints, you're shortchanging your bones in the long run, because if your joints aren't used to being locked out, and if you're not working your joints in the strongest position of the lift, then you're shortchanging yourself. So the point of proper form, guys, is that it's for your overall health and well-being. When your coach, well, for a lot of you, maybe not your coach, but when your coach, your trainer, your strength and conditioning coach, whatever has you do something a certain way, you hopefully, they're having you do it because they understand this is the most efficient way to perform the lift so that you don't hurt yourself, so that you get as much, all the benefits from the lift, but none of the detriment that can come with doing the lift incorrectly. That's the whole point, guys. Like, granted, a lot of people, let's just use like a basic, like, you know, shoulder press or incline dumbbell press. Like, I've shown you guys this before, and actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. All right, I've shown you guys this before, like on the incline dumbbell press. The same thing with the shoulder press. How often do we see people, what they do is they're all the way out here, right? Pressing up, let me step back further. All the way out here, right? They press up, all the way out here. Press up, all the way out here. Why? Or even they stop here. Why? You're gonna be able to lift more weight this way, shorter range of motion. But that's not good, that's not healthy for your shoulders, because when you're all the way out here, due to leverages, that's a lot of strain on your shoulders. When in actuality, with any type of dumbbell press, if you're trying to get the fullest range of motion possible, which is longer range of motion, more total work on the muscle, more total growth, but more importantly, protects your shoulders in general, you wanna come in tucked. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to lift this much weight. Why? Because if I'm stopping here, shorter range of motion, so I can lift more weight, but my muscles are doing more total work with the longer range of motion. And this protects my shoulders. I'm in a nice tucked position, back up, boom, nice tucked position, back up, nice tucked position. This is just a better movement overall. Why? Because with this proper form, your shoulders are protected, you're getting more total work done on the muscles, and overall, the strength will still come. That's the thing, you're gonna build true strength. True strength from a muscle comes when that muscle can move weight through the entire range of motion that the muscle is designed to do it in. When you're cutting the range of motion, you think that, oh, I'm lifting more weight, I'm just stronger in this position. No, you're not stronger in that position. It's just the fact that you're not having to move the weight as far, so you're gonna be able to lift a bit more weight. That's moving more weight due to leverages, not due to strength. It's the same thing that powerlifters do when they have the huge arch and the wide grip on the bench press. It's not that they're so strong to where they can do that, because if that were the case, they would be able to just have a normal retracted scapula and bench the same amount of weight, but a lot of them can't do that. But once again, they're doing that for the standpoint of I'm doing everything I can to win this competition, not from the standpoint of health or optimal muscle growth or anything like that. But that's the bottom line, guys. No, proper form isn't necessary for muscle growth, but it is important for your overall health and well-being. Now, I already know somebody's gonna ask me in the comments. I'm just gonna go ahead and address this because I already know someone's gonna ask me. What about cheat rows and cheat shrugs and all that other stuff, you know, that Alpha Destiny does and promotes? Here's the thing, guys. In terms of does it work for hypertrophy? Yes, obviously. He's proven it by doing it. Other people are proving it by doing it. Because you have to understand, even with the cheat row, you have to understand, like, the mindset with that is like, yeah, you have to use a little bit of momentum to get the weight up. Let's say they're doing a T-bar row. Yes, you have to use a little bit of momentum to get the weight up, but you're still putting that weight through a full range of motion with the concentric, right? You're still putting a load on your muscle, using a little bit of momentum, but boom, you're still going in. And then keep in mind, you're technically doing even more work on the eccentric. Now, one could easily argue that, well, why not just do a weight that you can control, like, you know, without momentum, both on the concentric and eccentric? But I'm not here to debate that, which way is better. I'm just saying, yes, it works. Scientifically speaking, you cannot say that it does not work, because it does. Why? Because workload is being put on the muscle, and that workload is steadily being increased. Progressive overload is still involved, full range of motion is still involved, and and keep in mind, you can grow your muscle using purely concentric motions or purely eccentric motions. And the mindset behind the cheat rows and shrugs is simply that the focus is more on the eccentric because it's a heavier eccentric, and that you're still performing the concentric just with a little bit of momentum. Just in the same way that someone can still gain muscle mass from curls from kind of, like, you know, they use momentum to curl heavier weight. Yeah, it'll still grow their biceps. Now, once again, you can argue, well, why not just go strict? But I'm not here to argue that. I'm not here to debate that. I'm simply here to explain that, yes, that does work. Now, in terms of is it safe or not, it depends. And I don't think, once again, I've done a video over to stop misquoting YouTubers. I don't believe, and granted, a lot of you have been watching Alpha Destiny a lot longer than me. I only found out about his channel because a lot of you guys were commenting on here telling me, hey, you guys kind of have some similar beliefs and philosophies. Check them out. And I did. And so far, I like most of what I see. But the thing is, I've heard him himself say he doesn't believe beginners should be going in doing a bunch of cheat shrugs and cheat rows. He believes they should go in and build a good base of strength using strict and proper form. He's saying as you get to more intermediate and advanced and learn how to properly, because even then he talks about proper form. Basically, there's proper form for a cheat row. He's saying there's a certain way you go about it to where you're protecting yourself and not hurting yourself. So Even if you want to say that, oh, Alpha Destiny said this and that, once again, don't misquote YouTubers to try to prove your point. Look at the science and research behind things to see what's effective, what's not, what's safe and what's not, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. No, you don't have to use proper form to build muscle, but should you just for the sake of your health and longevity? Yeah, probably so. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment down below letting me know that you did. If you did not, leave a comment down below letting me know what I can do to get better. Like the video, share, subscribe, keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch y'all later.